just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. And I want a perfect soul. I want you to know that when I'm not around, I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
Morning, Pastor Dave. I know you're happy. Alabama advances in the tournament.
I don't belong here.
We'll talk a little bit about that this morning. Oh yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody too. All my fellow Irishmen out there.
I don't belong here.
Green Beer Day.
I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, you're kind of like me, Pastor Dave.
What am I doing here?
I don't really watch it either, but if Clemson was in the tournament and winning, I'd be watching it. But of course, that only happens once every 5 years or so on average.
I don't know when you're not there. Give you my love, but you don't care. So what is right and what is wrong? Give me a shine. I don't know when you're not there. Give you my love, but you don't care. So what is right and what is wrong? Give me a shine. What is love?
Yeah, if by storm you mean losing in the first round, then yeah.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No.
Dude, Clemson got absolutely destroyed in the first round of the NIT, and they were 1 seed. It was the worst game they played all year by a long shot. They were shooting like 20% from three, and of course, that's all they were doing, shooting threes. It was abysmal.
Me and you, I can go on. I don't know, what can I do? What else can I say? Stop to you. You know we are one, just me and you. I can go on. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No. What is love?
Did I see your DM on what? On Twitter? I'll check it right now, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I'll definitely talk about that. Thank you. Yeah. You trying to get me mad? You trying to make me mad this morning? I'm in a good mood. No, I'll talk about it though. The only job in the country that you can be worse at than meteorologist is Brad Brownell and still keep your job. It's the only one. How many of y'all have ever been to Savannah for St. Patrick's Day parade? I don't know what they call it. Not a parade. Whatever. It's nuts. It's got to be the second biggest in the country next to Boston, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I went once. Year was that? 2016, I think. Me and one of my buddies went there. I mean, it was an experience, but I realized within 5 minutes of being there that I was too old to be there. You know, I should have gone in my 20s. It would have been much more enjoyable. Having said that, I'll never go back. I'm not talking about to Savannah. I'm talking about to Savannah on St. Patrick's Day. I'll never do that again. No. What is this music? I don't know. It's just some playlist on YouTube. Let's see what it's called. It's called Chill and Relax. Yeah. Are you chilling and relaxing? Should be. All right, I'll turn the music off. Oh, I want to play a game at the beginning of the show here. Let's play a game. Give me a second. All right, here's the game. This, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, I would like you guys to attempt to translate what this Irish girl is saying. Now, first of all, shout out to Jay Stripes for sending me this yesterday. He sent this to me on Twitter yesterday. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm using that. I probably use it more than just on St. Patrick's Day, but it's definitely fitting for today." This is a Irish girl who's ranting and raving about, I guess Ireland losing a soccer game. Here you go.
That's fucking it. I'm ready for fucking Grand Prix. Fucking no. You get the last 16, but you can't fucking beat them fucking black and white bastards. You want this? Don't you tell me, Celtic! You bastards, you fucking bastards. That's it. That's it. You did me proud by making it the last 16. But you could have pushed yourself harder to make it to a fucking semi-finals or something. Bastards, you can beat Barcelona 2-1, but you can't fucking beat Juventus. See fucking now, like, that's ridiculous. So Dean brought on our wee fucking Tony Watt. See that referee, you Spanish fucking bastard. Giving them everything, you Spanish cunt, you dick, you wanker. I'm calling you every fucking name under somebody couldn't give a fuck, you Spanish. See you doing me, you Spanish cunt.
I've probably watched that 10 times, and I can only understand like one of every 3 words or so. Let's listen to that again. I mean, the only thing I can understand is when she's like, you fucking wanker, and she says something about this, I don't know.
That's fucking it. I'm ready for fucking Grand Prix. Fucking no. You get the last 16, but you can't fucking beat them fucking black and white bastards. You want this? Don't you tell me, Celtic! You bastards, you fucking bastards. That's it. That's it. You did me proud by making it the last 16. But you could have pushed yourself harder to make it to a fucking semi-finals or something. Bastards, you can beat Barcelona 2-1, but you can't fucking beat Juventus. See fucking now, like, that's ridiculous. So Dean brought on our wee fucking Tony Watt. See that referee, you Spanish fucking bastard. Giving them everything, you Spanish cunt, you dick, you wanker. I'm calling you every fucking name under somebody couldn't give a fuck, you Spanish. See you doing me, you Spanish cunt.
Let me tell you something. That's Mrs. Peete when she's watching Clemson football, except she doesn't have the accent. Jeez, that girl needs a YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't know. That was on YouTube. I don't know if she has a YouTube channel, but whoever posted that on YouTube only had like 30 subscribers. So I have a hard time believing that if that girl was posting rant videos like that, she would only have 30 subscribers. She should have 1 million. My God, bro. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? It's good to be back to the midday show. I haven't done a midday show since last Friday, I think. Of course, because I was in Cherokee and on Monday. And then I was driving to Cherokee on Monday during the midday show. And I was driving back to Charleston from Cherokee during the midday show time. So anyway, it's good to be back. And I hope you guys are having a great morning so far. This morning, what we're going to do is what we normally do. We are going to read the news, and I'll open up the StreamYard and let everybody in here. How many of you guys are going to drink green beer today? Now, I like to drink beer, especially on Fridays, but I don't think it's going to be green. I don't understand the fascination with the green beer. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I don't understand the fascination with green beer. To me, it just looks disgusting. So I don't partake in that. I drink golden colored beer. It doesn't need to be green. And also, I was going through my closet this morning trying to find any type of shirt or any piece of clothing whatsoever, a hat, whatever, something with green in it. Because, you know, you're supposed to wear green on St. Patrick's Day, or at least something with green in it. I couldn't. This is the only shirt that I have that has any sort of green in it. So there you go. I was talking to my son yesterday. I said, you know, tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. He said, yeah. I said, well, you got to wear something with green in it. He said, Dad, I don't have anything with green in it. I said, nothing? He said, nothing. You know, of course, he's a teenager, a high school kid. So, you know, I guess green's not a popular color. I think 90% of the clothes he has are either gray or black. He doesn't like wearing bright colors. You know what I mean? Just not his style, bro. Just not his style. Green absinthe Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing I understood that she said too, VicTube. You fucking bastards. You wankers. You could beat Barcelona. What did she say again? I gotta watch it again.
Stop fucking it. I'm ready for fucking Grand Prix.
We should try to just go through this line by line, okay? Hold on, let me do something here.
Stop fucking it. I'm ready for fucking Grand.
All right, let's try to figure this out. I'm very interested. Does anybody speak Irish? I'm gonna stop this line by line. Let's figure out what she says.
Stop fucking it. I'm ready for fucking Grand Prix.
I don't even know what she says right there. The first line, I don't know what she says, except for Falcon. She's got a thicker accent than Conor McGregor, bro.
Stop fucking it. I'm ready for fucking Grand Prix.
What does she say? Anybody? Bueller. 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 All right, I'm going to give this one more try here.
Fucking it. I'm ready for fucking Grand Prix. Fucking no.
That's a stinger right there.
Fucking it. I'm ready for fucking Grand Prix. Fucking no.
God damn, it's like she's speaking a different language.
The last 16, but you can't fucking beat them fucking black and white bastards. You want it?
She says, you lost 16, but you can't beat those fucking something bastards. Hold on. This is something here.
Them fucking black and white bastards. You want this? What you doing to me, Celtic?
She's yelling so loud that she's whispering at that. She's about to pass out. Look how red her face is.
You bastard, you fucking bastard.
Now, I understood that. That was easy to understand.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
You did me proud by making it their last 16. But you could have pushed yourself harder to make it their fucking semi-final.
You could have pushed yourself harder to make it there. I understood that.
Or something. Bastards, you can beat Barcelona 2-1. But
Them bastards, you can beat Barcelona 2-1.
you can't fucking beat Juventus.
But you can't fucking beat Juventus.
See fucking now, like, that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Brought on our wee fucking Tony Bot. See that referee, you Spanish fucking bastard.
She's bitching about the Spanish refs.
Names everything, you Spanish cunt, you wanker, I calling you every fucking name under somebody I couldn't give a fuck, you Spanish. See you doing me, you Spanish cunt.
See what you do to me, you Spanish cunt. Oh my God. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying now. Oh man. Oh yeah, for something else. Before we get to the news, first of all, let's get to the cheers of the chat. Then I want to look at the tournament bracket real quick. I got that pulled up, and then we'll get to the news, and then we'll get to the StreamYard. Okay, who's in here? Who we got in here? Nate the Great's here. Matt Dummick, Kevron Harris, Pastor Dave. Pastor Dave, Alabama does advance into the next round of the tournament. Pastor Dave, though, a lot like Pigskin Pete, says he doesn't really care about basketball. Well, that's because Alabama and Clemson are both football schools. That's right. Wet Blanket, NIT team there, Oklahoma State. VicTube, of course, Georgia. Hell, Georgia, they're even worse than Clemson. Georgia didn't even, what did they win, like 5 games or something? Yeah, I mean, they didn't get shit. Tournament. NIT, they didn't make anything. They're sitting at home right now watching both of those tournaments go on. But did I say Matt Dummitt? I think I did. Vandy, Dandy. Esso, Slim Shady Canes, John Serene. Cade Klubdick, the Nature Boy. She's got to be. Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's bitching about she was bitching about a soccer game. Here's what I get out of that. She's obviously mad because Ireland's losing to I don't even know Bagavon. I can't understand what she's saying. And then, but I think what she's doing, and again, it's like listening to Chinese or something to me. I think what she's doing is she's complaining that Ireland was able to beat Barcelona, which of course is in Spain, and she's blaming the fucking Spanish bastards, the referees, because I think what you know how football fans are always like, oh, the refs just want Alabama to win. I think that's what she's doing, except in an Irish way, blaming the Spanish refs for fixing the game against Ireland because they were mad that Ireland previously in the first round of 16 or whatever she said beat Barcelona. That's what I think she's saying. Tell me if I'm wrong.
That's fucking it. Not even fucking grand free. Fucking no. You got the last 16, but you can't fucking beat them fucking black and white bastards. You want this? Don't you tell me, Celtic! You bastards, you fucking bastards. That's it. That's it. You did me proud by making it the last 16. But you could have pushed yourself harder to make it the fucking semi-finals or something. Bastards, you can beat Barcelona 2-1, but you can't fucking beat Juventus. See fucking now, like that's ridiculous. See, Dean brought on our wee fucking Tony Bot. See that referee, you Spanish fucking bastard. Your name's everything, you Spanish cunt, you dick, you wanker, I'm calling you every fucking name under somebody couldn't give a fuck, you Spanish. See you doing to me, you Spanish cunt.
That's what I get out of it. I don't know what you guys think. That's what I got out of that. She's even better than the NASCAR guy. Or the garbage playoff committee guy. I've seen people get mad a lot of times on YouTube. Hell, you guys have seen me get mad. I mean, I broke my headphones, and that was the beginning of this year, wasn't it? The first week 1 game. I broke my headphones, so believe me, I can sympathize with that. But I don't think I've ever seen somebody turn 18 shades of red in a 2-minute clip. I don't even know if there's a color like a name of the color that her face turned. And she yelled so loud that she went quiet. Yeah, she was going 5150, all right. What's up, Bulldog JC? Zona Man. All right, let's take a look here at the tournament bracket. So some big upsets yesterday, too. Okay, I already mentioned this at the top of the show. Alabama takes care of business. Of course, Alabama, a 1 seed, and they beat somebody called Texas A&M CC. Is that Texas? That's not. What is that? Oh, Community College. Jesus Christ. This is even more sad. This is the thing about basketball that just blows my mind. A community college made it into the tournament, but Clemson couldn't. Oh, my God. Just think about all the Power 5 schools out there that didn't make it at the tournament, but fucking Texas A&M Community College did. Anyway, so they play the Turtles tomorrow. They play the Turtles tomorrow. So Maryland beat West Virginia. And now this was a game that I was really rooting for. So here's the deal with me. Of course, I'm not a basketball fan, but I could care less. But all the teams in the state not named the University of South Carolina, I will pull for. If Clemson's not in there. And even if they are in there, I'll pull for them as long as they're not playing Clemson. So Furman with a big-time upset over number 4 seed Virginia yesterday. For those of you who saw that game, that was a wild game. A wild play at the end of the game for Furman to win it. So shout out to the Paladins. for that. San Diego State played the College of Charleston. Of course, I clearly a College of Charleston fan because I'm a Charleston native. I got a lot of friends that went there, and it's obviously a basketball school and a baseball school. But both of those sports, they don't have a football team, but they are really good in both basketball and baseball annually. But unfortunately, they came up a little bit short yesterday and lost to San Diego State. So Furman, the lone team, left from the state of South Carolina. We'll see what they can do against San Diego State on Saturday, tomorrow. Let's see what else we got here. Looks like Missouri beat Utah State, and Arizona, Zona man, damn, lost to Princeton by 4 points. Going over here, we've got Houston and North Kentucky. Houston takes care of business there. Of course, they are 1 seed. A lot of people in their brackets have Houston going all the way. Well, which isn't out of the realm of possibility. Any of the 1 seeds are obvious picks to win the title. But what else? I guess that's it. Oh, no. Penn State and Texas move on. Penn State defeats Texas A&M. And Texas defeats Colgate, also known as the toothpaste school. Oh, there's more down here. Duke takes care of Oral Roberts, and Tennessee beats the Ragin' Cajuns. Duke versus Tennessee tomorrow. That'd be a good one. I actually might watch that one. What time's that come on? 2:40 p.m. If I'm home tomorrow at 2:40 p.m., I'm probably going to turn that one on. So shout out to all the Vols out there. I know there's several Vols that watch this YouTube channel. So shout out to you guys. I know you're happy. And you know what? I can't stand Duke in any sport. So I'll be pulling for the Vols in that one. Go Vols. What else we got here? Kansas defeats Howard, and Arkansas takes care of Illinois. I actually watched that game. And not because I, was excited to watch Arkansas play Illinois. I watched it because it was on. Me and Mrs. Peete went out to eat last night. We go out to eat every single Thursday night to get away from the kids for a couple of hours. So it was on at the restaurant. So we watched it. Anyway, Arkansas takes care of business. That should be a good one. Kansas and Arkansas. Northwestern and UCLA take care of business. Northwestern knocking off Boise State. And UCLA absolutely destroyed UNC Asheville, 86-53. There you go. What are the games that are coming on today? Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Creighton and NC State. Go Creighton. Baylor plays today. UCSB. I don't even know what that stands for. What is UCSB stand for? I'm being serious. I'm not even being facetious. What's up, Battle Angel? How are you? Everything go good today? I think you know what I'm talking about. You know what? Never mind. I'll text you after the show. Where was I at? What else is today? Hey, TK's here. Today at 12:40, we have Xavier and Kennesaw State. At 3:10, Iowa State and Pitt. Go Iowa State. Of course, Pitt, I believe, is a play-in team. Well, I know they were because when we were at Cherokee, we watched some of that game. Pitt was playing, and they played their way in to the tournament. So they are 11th seed. Also today, Indiana and Kent State. Oh, hey, Slim Shady. Miami plays Drake today. I told Mrs. Peete yesterday, out of all the teams left in the ACC, which is not many, I think there was only 3 ACC teams to begin with. Right? NC State, Miami, And who's the other one? Duke. Those were the only 3 teams from the ACC that made. Oh, and Pitt. So there's 4. But I told Mrs. Peete yesterday, I said, of all the ACC teams, because I still would like to see, if it's not going to be Furman or something like that, I would like to see an ACC team win it, because, of course, ACC is a basketball conference, even though they were not good this year. I'll pull for Miami to go all the way. I think that would be fun. So go Canes. I guess that's it for today. Did I miss one here? I think that's all the games today. And then, of course, a bunch of games tomorrow. So there you have it. Congratulations if your team is still in it to win it. I don't know what that's like. You know, being a Clemson basketball fan is kind of like being a Gamecock football fan. It's just constant disappointment. Constant disappointment. Where is Gonzaga at? How did I miss that? When did they play? I see Jeremy in here. Oh, Virginia. Yeah, thank you, Vic. Yeah, Virginia as well, but of course they lost to Furman. Sorry about their luck. Where is... Did Gonzaga not make it? What am I... Did I miss that? I forgot to look at the bottom here. Oh, so we got more games down here. Okay, Gonzaga plays the Grand Canyon. What? There's a Grand Canyon University? So this is today, too. Gonzaga plays Grand Canyon at 7:35 p.m. tonight. Of course, this is Eastern Standard Time. So, but if you're on the West Coast, it's at 4:35. Also, TCU and Arizona State play today. UConn and Iona. St. Mary's and VCU. Memphis and FAU. That's at 9:20 tonight. Kentucky and Providence. Upset alert. I'm being serious here. Is Kentucky the worst 6 seed in the tournament? I'm going to go ahead and say yes on that. If I was going, I didn't fill out a bracket this year, and honestly, it just kind of snuck up on me. We planned on doing a bracket for the ACC show, but there was no ACC show because I went to Cherokee at the last minute. So before I knew it, the tournament had started already, so I didn't fill out a bracket. But if I were to fill out a bracket, I would have had this as one of the upsets. Providence. What's the Grand Canyon mascot is Thunder the Antelope? What? Wow. Kansas State and Montana State tonight at 9:40 p.m. That's the latest game out of all of them. That must be on the West Coast. Got to be. And, oh, this is an exciting one. And this one comes on at 12:15 today. Michigan State and Southern Cal. And Marquette and Vermont. Marquette, huge favorite in that. Man, they're always in the tournament. They're like Gonzaga. They're always there. You know what I mean, Vern? So there you go. There you have it. All right, let's get to the news.
Breaking news from the Pigskin Pete YouTube channel.
Well, this is good news. I mean, California has been going through a drought period for, I don't know, it seems like forever. 5 years, 6 years, maybe even longer than that. Wildfires have just been out of control, even more than normal, you know, during the fire season or the dry season, as they call it. So, but they had they had flooding and mudslides and all kinds of shit over the past few months. But what did that do other than, cause a lot of issues? It filled up the reservoirs. According to this, improved drought conditions and filled state reservoirs from 29% of capacity to 75% in 3 months. So that's good news, especially for all the agriculture and just I guess everybody. They now have more water. I mean, they had all sorts of water restrictions. Hey, Zona man, were they having the same? Well, I know that Arizona's a dry climate anyway, and so is California, or a lot of California. But did you have similar problems in Arizona? I'm assuming you probably did. I don't know. My sister lives out there. She lives in Santa Barbara. And, I mean, it seems like every other week they were having to evacuate their house because the wildfires were out of control. Now, luckily, her house never got damaged or anything or burned down or anything. But a lot of her neighbors did. So... I want to find so Vandy Dandy sent me this. Let me search this. You guys know my you guys know my rant about monkeys and people that own monkeys and don't go. Here we go. Pet monkey attacks Oklahoma woman before being shot and killed. This is what I'm telling you, people. This is what I'm telling you, people. Monkeys aren't pets. I don't know why people what they don't get about this. This woman's lucky. We'll see what happened to her. I don't know. This woman's lucky that she still has a face. Maybe she doesn't have a face. I don't know. A pet monkey attacked an Oklahoma woman on Sunday, March the 12th, before a family member of the victim shot and killed the primate. That'd have been me. Yeah. Fuck that monkey. The attack, which left a woman with non-life-threatening injuries, thank God, occurred just after 6 p.m. when police received a report of the monkey on someone's front porch. When police arrived at the scene, they called for help from the Oklahoma Wildlife Department. And when the officers got out of their car, the monkey jumped on the back of the vehicle and ran toward the victim and climbed onto her, causing unspecified injuries. NBC affiliate, blah, blah, blah. A city about 83 miles southeast of Oklahoma City reported that the victim, Brittany Parker, was a person who originally called the police to report the monkey. She told the station that the monkey ran up my back and jumped onto my head, pulled my hair out, and then ripped my ear in half like you would rip a piece of paper. You guys thought people, oh, Pete's exaggerating about the monkeys ripping people's face off. This is what they do. I'm telling you. They're known to do this. She's lucky it wasn't her face and it was just her ear. Ripped her ear in half like a piece of paper. Parker was transported first Mercy Hospital, Ardmore, and then to medical center, Oklahoma City, to receive treatment for her injuries. She was released from the hospital early Monday with bruises and a stitched up ear. They had to sew this bitch's ear back on.
Casket!
Oh, but Pete, the monkeys are so cute. Look at them. They run around in their little diaper, eating bananas. Look at it, how cute he is. Yeah, ask this woman how cute that monkey was. After attacking her, the monkey ran into the wooded area, and its owners, this wasn't, some monkey that escaped from a zoo. These are some friggin' morons that decided to have this monkey as a pet. And then on top of that, I mean, it's one thing if your dog gets out and bites somebody, that's bad too. Or your cat gets out, First of all, a cat's not going to attack anybody, not a house cat. But monkeys have hands. Your dog can't reach up and open the door and turn a doorknob. If the dog gets out or the cat gets out, it's probably because you weren't paying attention and you left the door open. But a monkey can open a door. So how do you prevent this monkey from getting out and doing this to people? If I find out somebody has a monkey in my neighborhood, I'm gonna be big mad, son. I'll be a Karen. I'll go right to the HOA guy, report these people. Where was I at? After attacking Parker, the monkey ran into the wooded area, and its owners and the police unsuccessfully tried to track it down, with police warning the public not to approach the animal. If you approach a monkey, then you're just an idiot anyway. At some point, a family member of Parker shot and killed the monkey. Hey, that'd have been me. That'd have been me. Sorry. I mean, I don't want to kill a monkey. But I'd rather kill the monkey than have it rip my wife's ear off, or worse. KTEN reported it was a friend of Parker's who killed the animal, with Parker claiming that the monkey also attacked the person who killed it. So it didn't just attack her, attacked her friend too. But her friend was strapped though. Oh yeah, monkey? Yeah. Say hello to my little friend. We called him and he came over here after he had been attacked. The monkey went out to his vehicle, slapped him across the face, and pulled his hair. Damn. First, the monkey rips this lady's ear off. Now it's slapping people in the face. What an asshole monkey this is. The monkey's body is being analyzed by Oklahoma Disease Laboratory for tests. That's the other thing. Who knows what was wrong with this damn monkey? Crazy monkey. Oklahoma law classifies primates as domesticated animals, making it legal to own one without a permit. You know what? Oklahoma and Texas, I think the same thing's true in Texas. I don't even know what the law is as far as primates in South Carolina. I wouldn't be surprised if it's legal to have a monkey in South Carolina either, but of course, Oklahoma was the state where Tiger King took place. That's where Joe Exotic had that roadside zoo. And he had monkeys there, tigers and lions and bears, oh my. You know, he had everything there. State law makes it a misdemeanor, punishable by up to $50. $50. Or 30 days in jail if you fail to keep domesticated animals adequately enclosed. I have never been to Oklahoma. I don't have any problem with Oklahomans. Is that what they're even called? Oklahomans? I don't know what they call Oklahoma. I'm just going to say Oklahomans. I don't have any problem with Oklahomans, but I'm sorry, I'm not living there. I'll never live there. Somebody could call me right now and say, Pete, I got a job for you. I'll pay you $1 million a year, but you got to move to Oklahoma. Nope. Ain't got no interest in it. I mean, I love you, but I don't like you, bro.
I still love you, but I don't like you, bro.
I don't need to be walking down the street attacked by wild monkeys or domesticated monkeys. Quote unquote. Sorry. Not happening. Don't worry. Don't worry. That will not be, it's not the first, and it damn sure won't be the last news story that I read on the Midday show in the future about somebody's monkey getting out of their house and attacking some poor bastard or woman. It's not going to be the last time. I promise. But Mark, write this down at 11:14 a.m. on St. Patrick's Day, a.k.a. March 17th, 2023. I told you that this is going to happen again and again and again and again. And most likely, it's going to be in Oklahoma or Texas or Florida. Definitely in Florida. Man with 2-year-old in car opens fire during a road rage incident. 65-year-old bystander shot. God damn, son. there a video of it? Let's see.
Officers had to shut it down for hours this morning while they investigated that shooting. Police say 2 people were shot and suffered minor injuries. They arrested the suspected shooter. We're going to let you know when the shooter's name's released.
That was it?
There's one decision
No.
that can save you
Shut up.
thousands of dollars.
Let's see here. Officials are investigating a road rage shooting that left 2 people injured on Wednesday morning, according to Gainesville police. So this happened in Florida, Gainesville. Police were called to State Route 356 on YMCA Drive in Gainesville. I don't know what just happened to my sound. That was weird. They say Stephen Dallas Cooper, age 26, pulled out a gun and opened fire in the area. A man who was involved in the initial road rage incident with Cooper was shot and continued driving into Gainesville, where he stopped and called police. God damn, this guy was shot and just kept on driving, bro. Listed in critical condition. Investigators say that there was a 2-year-old child in the car with Cooper at the time of the shooting. Eee. So the shooter is the one that had the 2-year-old in the car. That's even crazier. Imagine that's your parent. Oh, man. Cooper has been charged with aggravated battery, criminal attempt to commit murder, criminal damage to property, reckless conduct, and aggravated assault. He's being held in the Hall County Jail. So there you go. Road rage leads to a shooting. Looks like, I guess the person lived. Luckily. This is a news story. An elderly couple came home to discover 80 tires. Why did they spell tires T-Y-R-E-S? What? Who wrote this? Oh, that explains it. Never mind. I guess that's how you spell tires in whatever country that person's from. Hugh Cunningham, a retired historian, and his wife Diane, a psychotherapist, returned home to their village in Upper Harbletown near Canterbury. So I guess this is in England. I mean, that must be how you spell tires in England. That makes sense. On Saturday, after visiting friends, they discovered the mountain of tires. Canterbury City Council was refusing to clear away the fly-tipped rubbish. I wish I could do this in an English voice. It would sound much cooler. I love when they say rubbish. Oh, it's rubbish. Claiming it was left on private land, so the couple will have to pay a hefty sum to have it removed. Look at that. Imagine you come home and somebody just dumped tires in your driveway. What the fuck? Wow. Wow. Weird creature seen wallowing on Florida doorbell camera. Scared the heck out of me. Let's see if we can see what this creature was. This is one of those Ring doorbell cameras, I guess. Let's see here. Oh, this isn't a video. It looks like one, but it's not. It's just a picture of a video. That's it? That's what... That's almost like... You know when people post pictures of UFOs? And it's always all grainy and blurry and shit, and you can't even really tell what it is? That's what this is. How is that a weird creature? What? It looks like... You know what it looks like? It looks like somebody's like making a... Like has their arm up. You know when you flex your bicep muscle and you try to show how strong you are? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. The fuck? That's it? You gotta... It's like a spider or something. Man. Watch a small asteroid fly by Earth closer than the moon tonight in this free live stream. Ooh. I wonder if it'll be the live stream will be happening during the call-in show tonight. Call-in show tonight at 10 p.m. Because if so, I'll definitely pull it up and watch it. Let's see what this says, what time it's going to be at. Thursday evening, March 16th. Oh, this was yesterday. Damn it. How did I miss that? Well, it's an old news story, so I'm not going to read it. So apparently a small asteroid flew by Earth, between the Earth and the moon last night. And I missed it. Red Lobster server divides TikTok after sharing how much she makes in tips for one night of work. It baffles me. Okay, I mean, how is this a story? How much does this lady make? At Red Lobster. With salary transparency becoming more and more common now, people are starting to use TikTok as a way to share just how much or how little they're making at their current jobs. You gotta be careful because, with the 80,000 new IRS agents that are out there, they're listening to people like this. Because, servers, anybody who's ever been a bartender, a waitress, waiter, or anybody who just works basically off tips, they don't report all the tips they make, and why should they? I mean, why would you pay more taxes than you have to? I mean, I wouldn't. But if you go on TikTok and start telling people how much you make, now you're obligated to pay taxes on that. So, if anything, she's stupid for publicizing how much she's making. It's one thing to tell your friends in private. It's a whole different thing to go on the TikTok machine and start telling people how much you make. She's a big dummy. But when a restaurant server at Red Lobster recently opened up about how much she brings home in tips, it sparked an interest discussion among people who were both impressed and appalled by what she said. Like most restaurant servers, Jasmine Anderson relies heavily on tips. So after a recent Friday night, she sat down to total up just how much she made in a 6-hour shift that included 20 tables and over $1,500 in sales. As Anderson holds up a stack of receipts from her table, she begins to run through the tip counts. One bill totaling $111. Customers tipped her $18 for her service. So that's about 15%. Now, why I personally believe that 20% should be the minimum unless you get bad service, I think 20% should be the minimum. But whatever, 15% isn't terrible, right? It's not terrible. So that's not considered to be stiffed, I don't think. I mean, which works out to be just 16% of the bill. Okay, so there you go. It's just over 15%. However, that was better than the other table that racked up $115 in food and beverages, but left her absolutely nothing. 0.0. These people that tip nothing and a $115 bill, these people are scumbags. I know there's a debate that goes on because when you go to other countries, I know in Europe, you don't tip. Now, if I were to go to Europe and I went to a restaurant, I would. It's just ingrained in me as an American to tip. Any service worker, Uber driver, bartender, waitress, doorman at a hotel, whoever is doing some sort of service for you, I feel an obligation to tip them. I don't care what country I'm in, but they pay they actually pay their service over in Europe. So, but Europeans don't tip. But if you're an American and you grew up in America and you go somewhere, and unless the service you get is absolute shit, and they're rude to you, and the food sucks, and they screw up your order, whatever, that might be one reason. Hell, to be honest with you, I've had terrible service before and still left them at least like 10%, even with terrible service, because I just feel like an asshole if these people have bills to pay. On an $83 bill, she received $6.79. Jesus Christ. If you can't afford to eat $83 of food and drink and tip appropriately, then don't go somewhere and spend $83 on food and drink, period. Stay your ass home and eat a $5 pizza, frozen pizza or something. I've never even been a food, or whatever they call it, food and beverage person. But I feel sorry for these people when they get stiff like this. That's an 8% tip, while a $186 bill earned her a $10 tip. We went out to eat last night, like I just told you, me and my wife. The bill was $50. It was like $53. We both got like our entree, and we both got like one alcohol drink, like mixed drink. It came out to like $53. I tipped her $20 on top of $53. I don't know what that comes out to. 30%? What is that? I'm not good at doing that kind of math in my head. Anyway, whatever it was, I tipped like 30%. I think that's what that is. To be fair, there were also some decent tips mixed in there, like a $29 tip she got for a $94 bill. That's 30%. $108 bill that earned her $20. That's an 18% tip. When all is said and done, Anderson walked away with $209 in tips, which works out to about $30 an hour. So that's not bad. I mean, $30 an hour to serve food at a restaurant is not terrible. It still doesn't make up for the fact that she should have made more. I guess you get the high tippers that sort of balance out the low tippers, or at least you hope that they do. And also, to be honest, nothing wrong with Red Lobster, but it's not exactly like the highest class establishment in the world. So I guess if you're serving food at Red Lobster, $200 a day or a shift is not that bad. If you work 5 shifts a week, that's $1,000. That's $52,000 a year. So, yeah. I have a massive amount of respect for food and beverage people. It's a job that I couldn't do. Jesus, hold on. I just got kicked out of StreamYard for some reason. What? Try restarting your browser and no, I don't want to restart my browser and my computer. I don't want to do that. So stop asking. Just give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. What? Hey, that's good news, Jay. I'm trying to stay calm right now. I don't know what's going on. I did end the StreamYard. Let me try. Hold on. Let me try it one more time. I'll go in there and actually end this thing. Leave studio. This happens. This is the reason I know everyone likes to use StreamYard instead of OBS. This is the reason I run. This is the reason I run OBS. Now, sometimes OBS does crash, but hardly ever for me. Yeah, I see. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not letting me get in there. It says I'm not connected. I think the only way I can fix this is to restart my computer. Do I have more than one internet search engine? What are you talking about? Monkey's interrupting my connection. You need to connect your microphone and camera before adding yourself to the stream. What? All right, so my camera is connected, obviously. My microphone is connected. Here's what I'm going to do. Because if I end the stream for like less than 60 seconds or something like that, just don't click off the video. It's going to buffer for a minute. But it should come back online. I'm gonna shut down OBS. I'm gonna hop back on StreamYard real quick, and then restart the stream. It should pick back up instead of starting a new stream. That's the plan here. So just stick around for a minute. Here we go. Y'all just let me know when I'm back. It didn't work, by the way, if you can hear me. All right. Yeah, it didn't work. The only way I'm going to get on StreamYard today is if I restart my computer, which means that'll take 5 minutes. It'll shut the I have to start a new show, and I'm just not going to do that. So I guess you guys, I'm sorry. I would love to have people on StreamYard today, but I'm not doing all that shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's always something, isn't it? It's always something. I had a feeling it was about to happen too, because every time when my audio starts going weird levels back and forth, it never fails. The StreamYard always crashes. This is an issue with StreamYard, by the way. This is not an issue with YouTube or my computer or OBS or anything. This is definitely a StreamYard issue. Definitely. It's not recognizing my microphone or my camera. But they're all plugged in. Because you know how I know they're plugged in? Here's how I know. Because you can hear me and you can see me, can't you? Yeah, so the microphone's clearly plugged in. And so's the camera. Do you want me just to call in? What do you mean call in? You're right, Lou. StreamYard is garbage. And people are always like, "Whoa, why don't you just, you're cheap, Pete. Why don't you just come off the $25 a month for whatever StreamYard?" But you know why? Because I can't stand it. The only reason I use StreamYard, and this is the only reason I use it for anything, is because I use the free version, and when you use it the way that I use it, and you don't go live through StreamYard, there's no limit on the amount of hours that you can. I just use it for the audio. So instead of paying like me and Lou and a lot of other people used to pay Call In Studio, which was a website called Call In Studio, we used to pay to have a phone number to have people call into our call-in shows. Well, so when StreamYard came around, there was no reason to do that because it's free. Unless you go live for a long period of time, just going into the studio, but not going live, there's unlimited hours. Like, for instance, when I did my 24-hour live stream earlier in the year, I was on stream. I don't pay StreamYard or anything, but I had StreamYard up the whole time, the whole 24 hours straight, and had people coming in and out, in and out, in and out. I had zero problems with it. I don't know how. That's a minor miracle. During my 24-hour live stream, OBS didn't crash one time. StreamYard didn't crash one time. It went about as smooth as it can possibly go. But again, that's the only reason I use StreamYard. And I know. There's going to be people out there that love StreamYard. Well, clearly a lot of people do, because it seems to me as if 90% of the people that stream on YouTube these days do use StreamYard. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like me and Uncle Lou are like the last of the Mohicans. You know what I'm saying? They still use OBS primarily. And I understand that OBS is difficult for people to learn. It's intimidating when you first try to learn how to use it. But once you learn how to use it, it's easy. Just like anything else. You just got to put a little time, effort, and energy into figuring it out. And then it's good. And here's the other great thing about OBS. OBS has always been free. Hard to complain about that. I like OBS. Anyway, so where was I at? Let me pull the news back up. You know what? You know how this is how I feel about OBS. I mean, this is how I feel about StreamYard.
That's fucking it. Not even fucking grand free. Fucking no. You get the last 16, but you can't fucking beat them fucking black and white bastards. You want this? Don't you tell me, Celtic! You bastards, you fucking bastards. That's it. That's it. You did me proud by making it the last 16. But you could have pushed yourself harder to make it to a fucking semi-finals or something. Bastards, you can beat Barcelona 2-1, but you can't fucking beat Juventus. See fucking now, like, that's ridiculous. So Dean brought on our wee fucking Tony Bot. See that referee, you Spanish fucking bastard. You Spanish cunt, you dick, you wanker. I'm calling you every fucking name until somebody can give a fuck, you Spanish. See you doing me, you Spanish cunt.
Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Are you sure she's Scottish or Irish? I can't tell. She's wearing I don't know what, you know more about soccer than me. Yeah, Jay sent me that. I told Jay, he sent me that yesterday. I said immediately I watched it. I sent a message back to him. I said, bro, I'm using that. There's no way I'm not using that. That's Scottish. Whatever. Same difference.
That's fucking it. Not even fucking grand free. Fucking no. You get the last 16.
For those of you who weren't here at the beginning of the show, we spent 10 or 15 minutes at the top of the show trying to figure out. It sounds like she's speaking, like she may as well be speaking Chinese. I can only understand maybe 1 out of every 8 or 9 words. I can understand, of course, all the curse words are easy. It doesn't matter what accent you have. When you say wanker or bitch or fuck or whatever curse word, they're easy to understand. But the rest of the stuff she's talking about, I have no effing clue. I do understand when she calls the refs Spanish bastards. She doesn't like the Spanish refs. She's mad at her club for losing. for beating Barcelona, but then losing to, what's the other one she said? It sounds like she says Gagavan. I don't know what.
That's fucking it. Not even fucking grand. Fucking no. You get the last 16, but you can't fucking beat them fucking black and white bastards. You want this? Not you kidding me, you bastard, you fucking.
All right. No, Nate, she didn't say anything about that. She didn't say anything about that. That's all that's on your mind, Nate, isn't it? It doesn't matter. The reason I started the show so early today is because I had to get off at noon anyway, so there's only 20 minutes of the show left anyway. So... A Florida spring breaker is accused of attacking a Def Leppard drummer. Now, hold on here. The Artemis spacesuits to be worn on the moon will not return to Earth. Why not? I think it just leaves it. It's going to leave the spacesuits on the moon? That seems a little weird. Are they afraid it's going to come back with radiation or something? The history-making spacesuits worn by the first woman and the next American astronaut to walk on the moon will be abandoned on a SpaceX lunar lander rather than be returned to Earth for their reuse in a museum. Axiom Space, the Houston-based space services company selected by NASA to design, build, and furnish the spacesuits for the 2025 Artemis 3 lunar landing mission, unveiled a prototype of its lunar garb during a press event at the Space Center in Houston on Wednesday. So this is what it looks like. It looks a lot like the one that they used in the 60s, honestly. It's just, obviously, I'm sure it's better and safer or whatever, but it looks, very similar. And instead of being white, it's green and orange. They will go up on Starship, and then the crew will transfer over to Orion to Starship and go down to the lunar surface. NASA's approach to achieving its first lunar landing in more than 50 years differs from the last time it went with Apollo, and the crew launches separately from the moon lander, and then they rendezvous in lunar orbit. 4 Artemis 3 astronauts will depart Earth aboard the Lockheed Martin-built Orion capsule. Once at the moon, 2 of the crew members will transfer over to the Human Landing System, a version of SpaceX's Starship spacecraft, while the other 2 will stay in lunar orbit aboard Orion. At the end of the mission's surface operations, the 2 Artemis moonwalkers, including the first woman to land on the moon, will lift off the Starship and then rendezvous with Orion and return to Earth. Due to the weight constraints, the only too small stash of moon rocks they will bring back from the lunar surface, perhaps some low-mass equipment, will be transferred to Orion for the trip home. The spacesuits will go on the Starship, and the Starship will remain in lunar orbit indefinitely. So they're saying it's a weight... they're saying that the reason is because I'm sure those things got to weigh a lot. I don't know how much that suit weighs. Did they even say? Damn it. I clicked off of it by accident. I got to imagine those things that weigh 7,500 pounds. So if you got 4 of them, that's whatever, between 300 and 400 pounds. So I guess that's the reason. Colby, member for 7 months, says, hey man, want to go skydiving? Yes, I do. I know we talked about doing this thing like at the end of this month. That's definitely not going to work for me. It's probably going to have to be... I know you just want to get... Colby just wants to get it over with. He's like, let's just get this over with. I'm thinking anytime during the summer is okay with me. Like June or July. if that's cool with you. It'll be here before you know it. And also, the weather will be a lot more conducive to skydiving, I think, in the summer than it will be. You're more likely to have a sunny day with. It's typically in the summer. It's not very windy, right? Because it's like just hot and humid, and the air is pretty much stagnant. So we shouldn't have any wind or cloud issues unless there's happens to be like a rain that day. I'll get with you off air, Colby. We'll talk about it. And do it Friday before softball. I guess that's an option. I don't know how far. I'll have to look. How far is Chester, South Carolina from Athens? I don't know. We can do it that day. We could do it maybe a month before, like in the middle of June or something. That's what I'm thinking. I got a lot going on in the next few weeks. That's the reason I can't do it. All right, where was I at? Elusive and cryptic swamp creatures spotted for the first time in Singapore. I'm clicking on that shit. Enough said. Lurking beneath the surface of the swamp in Singapore, I don't even know. Who is writing these articles? Lurking beneath the surface of a swamp in Singapore, a creative lived undetected. What is a creative? Did they mean to say creature? I can't believe these people have jobs writing. Do you not read what you're writing before you publish it? Is that a thing? Am I crazy? What is a creative? A creative lived undetected. Okay, anyway, decade after decade, through the survey after survey, the animal eluded researchers. Not anymore. Tan Zi Wan and Eliza To were surveying the Nee Soon Swamp Forest in central Singapore for decapods, a crustacean group that includes crabs, lobsters, and when another unidentified animal caught their eye. The Lee Kong Chain Natural History Museum said Tuesday, March 14th. A pair of researchers did not have a permit to collect the creature, so they photographed it and let it go. Intrigued, they began researching the animal. Returning to the swamp, the scientists placed traps baited with chicken and sausage to lure the creature back. There it is right there's a picture of this thing. The efforts were unsuccessful. The researchers identified the elusive and cryptic animal as a poorly known species of catfish. Poorly known? You mean like... This is the worst writing. This might be the worst article I've ever read, and I've read some pretty bad ones. I don't even think that makes sense. Poorly known. How do you poorly know something? The species of catfish was only known to exist in freshwater peat swamps of Malaysia and Indonesia. Yeah, it looks just like a catfish. Look at it. Like a skinny one. Damn it. Clicked off of it again. Plastic rocks found on a remote island alarm scientists. You know how when we talk about like ancient undiscovered civilizations that are much older than we thought, and people are like, "Oh, if that was true, how come you don't see plastic in the ground?" Well, there you go. Petrified plastic, bro. Petrified plastic, bro. I'm just kidding. The Brazilian island of Trinidad. Its geology has fascinated scientists for years, but the latest discovery on this remote turtle refuge has terrified them. The rocks are made from plastic debris. Melted plastic has become intertwined with the rocks on the island, located more than 700 miles away from the mainland. So it is actual human plastic that is intertwined with the natural rock formations, which is pretty interesting, and also not good. I mean, I can't imagine that's good. A scientist says it's proof of mankind's growing influence over the Earth's geological cycles. The island's only human inhabitants are members of the Brazilian Navy, which maintains its base on the island and protects the nesting turtles. Pretty wild looking. Look at it. Where's the picture of it? The picture was on the like the thumbnail here. It was like green colored plastic rocks. Historic discovery made under the Golden Gate Bridge. I heard about this. Kinda. In 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge spanned the Golden Strait, connecting the San Francisco Bay to the Pacific Ocean. And while the structure is something to behold, there's more than one mystery lurking underneath its waters. With help from some underwater robots, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has made it their goal to uncover ghostly secrets hidden beneath the Golden Gate Bridge. What they found is eerie in the most extraordinary way. Spanning almost 2 miles across the San Francisco Bay, Golden Gate Bridge rust-colored structure is arguably America's most famous landmarks. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. What'd you find, bro? I don't care about the history of the Golden Gate Bridge. I want to know what you found. That's all that matters. Come on. Jesus Christ. I'm about to abandon this real quick. It's 3 sentences pop-up ad. 3 sentences pop-up ad, and they still haven't told us what the F they found. All right, I don't care anymore. They could have found the whatever you call it, the Ark of the Covenant, for all I care. I'm out of that. Ooh. Friends watch as avalanche sweeps snowboarder off of volcano cliff to his death. Oh my God. Hey, I don't want to read that. 18-year-old dies while snowboard. These are all about people dying. Earth's water is officially older than the sun? No, it's not. That's impossible. The Earth's not even older than the sun. What? You have to have the sun to form planets. I think what they're going to do is say something about the water molecules being around before the sun or something, and I don't know. Yeah. Research team believes that finding shows water in our solar system is older than the sun. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, I say clickbait, bro. Clickbait, bro. Alabama Miller faced renewed questions about fatal shooting. Brandon Miller sat in a folding chair in the corner of the locker room facing an assemblage of reporters and video cameras. Alabama's freshman All-American fielded a few questions about his worst game in crimson and white. Not with all the off-court matters that have shadowed him and the team mounting a bid for the program's first national championship. First basketball national championship. Amid distractions, the NCAA tournament's top overall seed dispatched 16th seed Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Oh, that's what I thought. I thought it stood for community college. Earlier in the show, I said, "What's Tech?" It said Texas A&M CC. I was like, "What? Fucking Texas A&M Community College is in the tournament." It's Texas A&M Corpus Christi. On Thursday in the opening round event with his best player going scoreless for the first time. He didn't even score anything, huh? So that's crazy. Miller, who politely responded to questions about anything not related to the game, has been accompanied by a security guard provided by the university after facing threats since his presence at the scene of the fatal shooting was disclosed in court testimony. So this guy's walking around with security at these games. It doesn't bother me, he said, of the threats, which he forwards to the university officials. I sent it right to the people and they handle it. Miller came into the game averaging nearly 20 points. And then they just go into the story here of what happened that night with the shooting. We all know we think we know. Well, we know the reports of what happened with the, I'm not going to go into the whole, you guys know the deal. I'm not going to relive that. So, I guess the real news story there is that he went scoreless for the first time. And he's getting threats. Deadly Walmart crash. Customer stopped driver who tried to run from the scene. So. Hey, Volusia, I don't know if you're still in here. Treasure-filled tombs 12,000 years old. Exposed by drought in China. This is my point. It was what I was talking about earlier. According to mainstream archaeology, there was no. We were basically caveman 12,000 years ago. That's during the Ice Age. But if they're finding 12,000-year-old treasure-filled tombs, then that's impossible. Explain that, bro. Have you heard about this, Volusia? Has anyone ever been to Corpus Christi? I'm not sure it actually exists. I'll click it. Yeah, here we go. Parched by drought and withered by the sun, a lake in southeastern China began to shrink. A dropping water level lengthened lakefront beaches, stretched the size of small islands, and exposed a forgotten ancient burial ground. Dongting Lake. You know where that is? It doesn't give, I don't think it gives it doesn't say a city or a region or anything. It just says Dongting Lake. I don't know what that is. Anyway. While doing a field survey on one of Dongting's lakes islands, local authorities stumbled upon the ruins of an ancient tomb. They alerted cultural authorities who sent archaeologists to investigate the find, the release said. Archaeologists excavated the site on Lianwao Island. There you go. There's where it's at. Lianwao. Hell, I don't know. I don't speak Chinese. Not only do I speak it, I can barely read it. Sounds like a bad Asian joke. No. What sounds like a bad Asian joke? Dongting Lake? Anyway, they uncovered 9 tombs and 5 ash pits. The tombs had a rectangular design, long and skinny, with some graves placed side by side. So there's a picture of it. And you can see, it looks like almost like modern type of bricks. I mean, they look exactly like bricks, but they're different colors. I'm going to imagine these are probably made of lime or some kind of stone in that region. But look at the pattern of it. For this to be 12,000 years old, this is pretty advanced, right? This is not cavemen. Cavemen didn't make bricks, first of all, and they sure didn't make them in these crazy looking designs, like almost like a, when you walk down these these streets and they have the bricks that are diagonal to each other like that. I mean, that's way too advanced for a caveman. See, the Neolithic age began about 10,000 BC, according to Britannica. The Luau Island site and its weathered tombs were at least 12,000 years old. At least 12,000 years old. So forget everything you learned in school because it was wrong. According to what you learned in school, this thing wouldn't have been possible until about 5,000 years ago. So 12,000 years ago, watch how I do this. Watch how I do this. 12,000 years ago is more than twice 5,000 years ago. You see that? You see how I did that there? So how far is this place from where you are, Volusia? People messing with tombs is definitely some white people shit. Yeah, except for the fact that these aren't white people, sir. This is China. China. These are Chinese people, bro. Last time I checked, Chinese people were not white people. Last time I checked, Egyptian people were not white people either. And guess what? They mess with tombs. First of all, I'm with you as far as not disturbing the dead. I think it's disrespectful. For some reason, it's illegal to mess with a modern tomb, a modern body. You have to go through the court system, and it's usually because of some murder case or unsolved mystery or some shit. You got to go through all kinds of red tape to exhume a body. But they're like, oh, well, fuck it. They're thousands of years ago. Fuck them. I mean, like, what's the difference? Like, this is the arrogance of modern humans. Is that we believe that our lives are more important than our ancestors. You know what I mean? I'm all for finding out what's going on and digging up all these ancient megalithic sites and all that. But don't disturb just leave them there. Why? I don't know why they feel the need to open these tombs. We've had this conversation on the show before. Just leave the tomb alone. But I don't know what they think. I don't know if they think they're going to open it up and find like an alien in there or something. I don't know what they think. But here's what happens when they open these tombs. They open a tomb, and guess what? There's a dead body in it. Oh, my God. Imagine that. Oh, my God. Hey, Bill, you're never going to believe what I found inside of this tomb. What? What? Isn't it an alien? No, it's a dead body. Oh. Should we close it back up and leave it alone? No, let's take it out. And take it in some fucking sterilized room under fluorescent lights and look at it. We've learned nothing from these dead bodies. Nothing. They go, oh wow, look. I guess the only thing we've learned is like how really amazing they were, especially the Egyptians, at preserving these bodies. When they mummify them, because they're not just bone. I mean, there's still organic matter in there, which is really amazing. But that's about the only thing we've learned. We haven't learned nothing. Oh, wait. Anyway, it's 12 o'clock. The reason I came on early today is because I had to get off at 12, so that's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, I have something to do, somewhere to be. So anyway, thank you all for joining me today. I apologize about the technical issues with StreamYard. I was looking forward to hearing from some of you. I haven't talked to some of you normal people that come on the Midday Show in a week, but it is what it is, bro. I don't know. StreamYard didn't want to cooperate today, and nothing I could do about it. First of all, I'll be back tonight at 10 p.m. for the call-in show. So I hope to see you all then. Thank you for being here. Have a great Friday. Your boy is checking